Yo, this is Top Flight, and we are back on our Linkin Park journey. We're really just locking in after the last one we watched. Um, this is Crawling, so we're about to see what time it is with this one right
I
here.
think I've heard this song before, but it's been a minute. I don't think I've ever seen the video.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I of course haven't seen anything, but so we about to check it out. I just know they dope from like the last two we done watched. So let's check this out.
Crawling in my skin, these wounds they will not heal. Fear is how I fall, confusing what is real. There's something inside me that pulls beneath the surface, consuming, confusing. This lack of self-control I fear is never ending, controlling. I can't seem to find myself again. My walls are closing in.
Without a sense of confidence, I'm convinced that there's just too much pressure to take.
I felt this way before, so insecure. Crawling in my skin, these wounds they will not heal. Fear is how I fall, confusing what is real. Discomfort endlessly has pulled itself upon me, distracting, reacting. Against my will I stand beside my own reflection. It's haunting how I can't seem to find myself again. My walls are closing in.
Without a sense of confidence, I'm convinced that there's just too much pressure to take.
I felt this way before, so insecure. Crawling in my skin, these wounds they will not heal. Fear is how I fall, confusing what is real. Crawling in my skin, these wounds they will not heal. Fear is how I fall, confusing, confusing what is real. Confusing what is confusing what is real.
I think a lot of people probably feel like that. You know what I mean? Like just crawling in your skin. You got so many things going on. You're not like able to figure out how to cope with it or talk about it. You know? I wonder. I don't want to say this. I wonder how many people felt these feelings and it took them over after they started hearing all the music talking about it, or was people always just like has like like when there was a time when a lot of these narratives were being talked about, and obviously because people were going through it, I don't think it's like a narrative pushing, but I'm saying like once people start relating to this stuff and you start finding out there's more people, does that create a wave of more? Because like right now, suicide and all that is at its highest it's ever been. And I don't know if it has anything to do with, I mean, obviously it's mental health, drugs. It's not, I'm not blaming music or Linkin Park by any means necessary. And I'm trying to choose my words wisely so it doesn't feel like I'm attacking them. But I'm wondering, when I grew up, it was like, as a man in the 80s, you're not allowed to cry. You're not supposed to cry. You got to be tough, this and this. Now it's like, there's so much of this like conversation where I think, I'm seeing a lot more people take their lives than I ever have, and I'm wondering what if content has anything, what role content has to play at all in that. You know what I mean?
I've always been on the opposite side of the spectrum with the idea of, see, I think art imitates life more than
100%.
life imitates art, because I think it exists a lot of times. Sometimes when people put a spotlight on it, then you notice it more. So then it's kind of like when it's talked about or it becomes popular in like trend, people notice it more. Because I used to always like, I can only put it from the angle of like, with like the hood music. I remember people used to say like weird stuff like, man, people kill each other in the hood because they're listening to hood music. And I used to be like, half these, like the people I knew that was from like the real hood, like people even in my family that was like real poor, they don't hear none of the music.
Yeah.
They didn't have the MTV and all the CDs. So it was popping just because it was popping because of poverty. You know what I'm saying? So it's like poverty and drugs being dropped off in the neighborhood. So then it was kind of like, and then if you even take that back and you go like in the days when it wasn't rap music and it was still popping in the hood when the drugs dropped in the hood, but everybody was still listening to Marvin Gaye. You dig what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like there was a boom of babies. You know what I'm saying? So then I've always been, I always seen it from the opposite side, that I thought things put the,
Art
it puts a
imitates
spotlight
that,
on
yeah.
it. Yeah. So art would just be the response of that. Now, I feel some people do have personalities that are impressionable. So then if you are that type, those things can create a reaction in your life. But then that means you're already that type of person, that it would have been one or the other. You dig what I'm saying? Now, it could have been music. Yeah, it can amplify what you already type situation. That's how I've always seen it. One thing I liked from the video was that I'm wondering if the idea, because the deal with like drugs and being trapped in whatever they were trapped in, I think that was like, it was either like a diamond or a crystal. But then the breakthrough, the idea they always talk about when the addiction, the breakthrough.
Yeah.
She breaks through at the end, which is a dope like visual that I seen when I noticed that I was kind of like, oh wow, that's deep to have that.
I think it's not fair for us to watch this now, knowing how the story plays out. You know, because he's. It feels like for me, I speak music from like, sometimes it's therapeutic, sometimes it's what I've been through, sometimes it's what I feel, sometimes it's what I've seen. Like there's a mixture of all those sometimes in one message. But knowing that he took his life, everything I see, I can hear that. You know what I mean? Like him talking, it's like he was suffering inside, and that made the greatest music ever.
Yeah.
Art's pain. You know what I mean? Like it's like this is probably his therapy. And you know, fame could have contributed to it. It's kind of like you know, if he just did these songs and they never blew up, who knows? We know the fame of the pressure of fame can crush you, but him telling these stories, like I think he was a super important part of, and he's a voice for a lot of people. You can see that, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
But it's interesting seeing the story, like seeing the videos after the story's been told. You know what I mean? For the most part.
Definitely.
All right.
Like, comment, subscribe, and drop other songs from Linkin Park below. We're loving the journey. Definitely, let's keep it rolling.